and launch it on Amazon. So let's go into the computer and I'll show you the overview of how it all works. Exactly how I make 10K a month on Amazon, and that's profit, by the way. What is the method? We're talking about private labeling here, which means you buy wholesale, you brand it, and you sell for retail on Amazon for, on average, 4 to 10 times the price. First thing is find a product to sell. So how do you find a product to sell? The main way that people do it is comb through Amazon. So since recording this, the situation has happened. So I've been busy on lockdown putting together a new 2020 FBA ebook for you guys, which has more detail and strategy on all this stuff, including some new places I just found that are great for product research. Also, a lot of people have been DMing me, Riley, how do I capitalize on the current situation with demand being higher than ever, competition being lower than ever? So I thought we would do a fun little 90-day FBA challenge program where I help you find, source, and launch a product on Amazon in the next 90 days. As you guys know, it's a great time to get into the digital wave, and in particular, Amazon is a great place to start. So let this be your excuse to get into the digital marketing game. All right, hope you guys are doing good, getting your home workouts in. I'm gonna go hit a run, back to Copenhagen. And you're looking for product ideas, basically. The private label criteria in general is between 10 and 50 bucks because this is the impulse buy range. Small and light because you're importing from China most of the time. So the lighter and smaller, the better, and the simpler, the better. Because the simpler it is, the less it's going to break, which means less bad reviews. So there are different. So how do you tell if something is a good opportunity? Well, there are opportunity softwares out there, and the one that I'm going to show you right now, a quick idea of, is AMZ Scout, which is a new one. Before I jump into that, there's some other ways to get ideas, such as just think about what product do you want to buy that doesn't exist. Keep your eyes peeled in real life. Social media trends, trendy product sites, and my secret weapon website, which is going to be inside my course. Mwahaha. I'm not going to share that with you. It's too exclusive. I know someone who's gotten all of their successful product ideas from that. But overall, guys, every business starts with an idea. So the better your idea, the better your business is going to be. That's what I've learned. You have to have a combination of a product that you find on these little tools plus a good idea. Let's just jump into the motherfucking bestsellers page on Amazon. So how do you find this? You Google Amazon bestsellers and you will find this page right here. And you'll see all the categories here on the left. So this is usually where you start the journey of product research. It's a good place to start. And so look on the left for categories, find a category that interests you. Of course, there's a bunch that you should avoid for obvious reasons, but I won't get into that. This is just a quick rundown. Let's do sports and outdoors for the example. These are the hottest, best-selling products in this category. Because it's all based on sales velocity, so how many units they're selling per day. So this is just to get your mind flowing. This is to get your mind jogging. This is just to get your mind realizing that, oh my God, there are so many niches out there that I didn't even think of. So what I suggest, flip through as many of these pages as you can, just glancing. Do a first glance. Do a first glance for like your first day and go into the subcategories here. Just get your eyeballs on as many things as possible and just get jogging. We're just warming up, getting your eyeballs on different things. You know, of course, keeping the private label criteria in your head. Cool. Basketball, of course, no. These sweat exercise resistance bands, avoid that. Way too competitive. What I would say to someone, what I would say to a homie, honestly, is the back straightener thing. Yes, it's a trend. It can be good if you can revolutionize it and make an additional feature that no one else has. Then it could be good. and that's going to be my theme throughout. So you're going through all these subcategories, swimming. Ideally, guys, you're working with, you choose a product that you would actually use yourself, or in a category that you're kind of interested in. But that's not always the way it works. So, all right, let me go over to my spreadsheet template. So I just described step 1. You're glancing. Okay, so step 1, before you do this, you're on the bestsellers page and you're getting your eyeballs on ideas. After that, you go back and you take note of things that could potentially be good private label ideas. Let's go back, and I'm freestyling this, and it's something that could potentially be, what is this? Let's look at pepper spray keychain. And so after you have a good idea, what you do is, let's say, all right, this is one of your ideas. Then you go to Amazon search term and you search the main obvious keyword, which is pepper spray keychain, and you're seeing what's out there. You're seeing the competition level, basically. So pepper spray keychain. And how do you know? So basically, first glance, what you do is you glance at page 1 real quick. And on my checklist it has glance at page 1. So is the average that people are selling for between 15 and 50 bucks? Are there at least 3 successful players with less than 200 reviews? I'll explain that in a second. And less than 3 players with more than 1,000 reviews. So let's look at page 1. Looks like they're between 10 bucks, 25 bucks, 20 bucks, 4-pack for 40 bucks. Cool, that checks out. Are there more than 3 guys with over 1,000 reviews? And the reason this is something to look at is people with over 1,000 reviews, they tend to hog up all the sales. So these guys, 1, 2, and this is actually the same seller. So let's just say 2 with over 1,000 reviews. All right, let's proceed. How do we know if they're successful or not? That's where the AMZ Scout Chrome extension comes in. It scrapes sales data, so it shows you how much everything is selling. And what is successful? It's kind of up for argument, but I say successful is making like more than $1,000 a month, like honestly. So it shows you the revenue here. Let's just say average like 25% profit margin. So holy cajoli, this guy's doing 10K, this guy's doing 50K, and this is monthly. This guy's doing 200K, holy shiboli. This guy's doing 20K. So I'd say there's a lot of successful players. And so what you're looking for is successful players with low reviews. That means you could potentially get in the game, catch up to them in reviews, and theoretically be making the same amount of money as them if your product is as good or better, because you have the same amount of reviews, because Amazon is review heavy. You get me? Alright, so this guy, 116 reviews, doing 20K. That means he's making like 5K profit. I don't know the profit margins, but on average 5K profit, which is crushing. This guy is doing 70K in revenue. This guy's doing 20K with 116 reviews. This guy is doing 5K with 55 reviews, 5K with 19 reviews. 5K with 19 reviews. For our newest launch, we got 20 reviews within the first month. And that's not too bad. So boom, you're making $1,000 a month if you're this guy within a month. So boom. So that's pretty good. So you would fill out all this information, the numbers that I just talked about in my spreadsheet, and then you would give it a color based on if it's good, bad, or medium. And then there's some other things to check off. You can read that, including sold by Amazon, players, and you can read my notes on there inside the spreadsheet. And then take notes down here. That's my spreadsheet. Boom. Okay, so a cool thing. So next step is looking at Alibaba. But before you go to Alibaba, I recommend doing this little numbers crunching thing for 50 freaking products. That's why I have 50 more columns here. 30, at least 30. So this could take a couple weeks. Side hustling. I recommend going as wide as possible, doing this little number crunch thing on as many products as possible before you get too excited and hyped up and looking too far into one idea. So before you move on to Alibaba stage, I'm saying you should be doing this for like 2 weeks. All right, and then after you got your kind of 30 ideas, and after you got some good ideas, of course, next comes Alibaba. Where do we source this? So a cool thang-a-lang with AMZ Scout is, it's got a button right here, find on Alibaba. Boom, you just click that and it's gonna search pepper spray keychain on Alibaba. Wait, is that even a pepper spray keychain? Pepper. Honestly, it looks like people are crushing it with this. This is a random stumble. I think we should do this.
Alright, let's do it. Let's start fucking...
Yeah, start a new brand, pepper spray keychains.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you basically look through here and same thing. I would recommend I would recommend going through as many pages as you can, and the purpose of this real quick is to get your eyeballs on as many different types of pepper spray keychains as you can, and cross-reference that with the results on Amazon. And let's say you see a new model on Alibaba that's not yet on Amazon, that's something to take note of. Overall, what I'm looking at is, I'm looking at this and I'm kind of thinking big picture, how could we make this better? Like maybe one that has like a retractable string thingy. Like really put yourself in the user's hands and think, how can I improve this? How can I revolutionize this? Because I think that's where the big money's at, is slightly revolutionizing products. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to create a new mold with the factory. It can be simple improvements. You get me? Like, for example, sourcing a chain that has the extendable retractable thing. That's a freaking good idea right there. Or one that can, is meant to clip onto your bra somehow, like, I don't know. Or one that like was meant to clip onto your like panties or somehow, so it's like hidden, so you can sneak it places. Or one that's like a dildo, so you can shove it up your. No, I'm just kidding. You get what I'm trying to say. You think of ideas. Think of ideas. Glance at Alibaba, and then, okay, cool. I would say at this point, move on to the next idea. Go wide with this Alibaba thing. Don't get too caught up. Don't spend more than 15-20 minutes glancing at this Alibaba for any one product. Go to the next one. So I'm saying go wide before you go deep. Okay, boom. All right, next step is get samples. So on Alibaba, you message them. There's a button that says contact supplier. You send out a message, something like, we want to get an order of a few thousand units. We want to test this out in the US. What's your FOB price, which means price to get it onto the freight forwarder's plane or ship and ship it. It's basically, hey, what's the price for this? And then, okay, send me samples to US. It's usually about $50 to ship a box from China to US. About 5 to 7 days shipping. And then pick the highest quality one. Ideally make customizations / add features to stand out from the crowd. Try to get a small test order, $500 to $1,000 if possible. Some suppliers are more firm with that, so negotiate with different ones. Say, hey, they're going to give me this. Basic negotiation stuff. I do have a sourcing agency contact that I've been working with for a bit, so you can ask me for that. And margins, shoot for 30% margin or better. So because Amazon, they take 25 to 30% of the sale price. So example, sell for $19.99. $5 is your landed cost, which means unit price from the supplier plus shipping. $6 is Amazon's 30% cut, minus $1 for PPC, because you always want to have that on. We'll get to that. That means it's an $8 profit, which is 40% of that $20 sale price. Pre-tax profit. So I'd say that's pretty good. Some of our products 30%, some 50%. So all right, launch on Amazon. After you have chosen your product, got the test order, packaging is optional for your first order. Optional for the test order. All right. What you definitely want to do is have an insert card, and I'll get to that in a second. So launching on Amazon is all right. I'll go through my notes here. So open a seller account at sellercentral.amazon.com. You don't have to be a U.S. citizen. You can be citizens from pretty much any country. I have a blog article on that. It's relatively straightforward to sign up. You just need to have your ducks in a row, like proof of address, credit card, phone number, etc. Apply for brand registry right away. This requires a trademark brand name and can take up to 6 months. Create the listing, optimize it. Listing optimization tips. Do a pro photo shoot. Hire a pro copywriter if needed. Do a video shoot. It could be basic with your phone, or hire a pro person to do pro video. Add a $1 off coupon button to the listing. Add a buy two get 20% off example button to the listing. Get quick reviews. Enroll in the Amazon early reviewer program. That's $60 Amazon fee, and it gets you 3 early reviews. Use rebate groups. Use rebatekey.com. Post on Facebook to get ask people to, hey, I'm launching a new product. Anyone want to help me out and try it out for me? You know. Anyway, and then later ask them for a review nicely. Yo guys, so I recorded this just before Corona, and since I have put together an ebook with all my updated review strategies, research strategies, and launch strategies. So basically everything in this video just laid out in more detail. So link will be in the description to download my ebook for free. Also, I'm going to be doing a little 90-day product launch challenge with everyone who's been interested in getting in right now. Lots of people are excited during this time with Amazon demand being higher than ever and competition being quite low. So we're going to be doing a little 90-day launch challenge. Info about that will be below as well. All right, back to the video. Get people on Fiverr. Send your product to people on Fiverr to do an unboxing review. Send it to Amazon top reviewers to do unboxing reviews. PPC blast. After 2 reviews, turn on PPC. That's pay-per-click, aka sponsored placement. So that's where on the top of the search results, it'll say sponsored and then your listing. So we always have that on. It's a big part of it. Turn it on after 2+ reviews are in, because no one buys shit with 0 or 1 reviews. Lightning deals could work for you. It's a $150 Amazon fee, and it basically gets you on the Amazon deals page for 7 days. So that's something to use. But overall launch, have a solid listing that looks good, get some quick reviews, pop a video on there. That's how it works. And the big picture is you launch one product, you launch another one, then you launch another one, and then you launch another one. And you keep doing that, and that's how you create the Amazon $1 million business. Some products are going to be wildly successful and some not. Another big picture thing, if you're getting into this, is what I've noticed from other sellers and our launches as well. A successful product will be like 1 in 3, 1 in 4, 1 in 5, something like that. So don't expect every freaking product you launch to be successful. That's just business. It's like 1 in 10 startups or some shit actually turn a profit within X number of years. So this is better than creating, a traditional startup. You know what I'm saying? Higher success rate. And obviously the goal of this for a lot of us is this is a freedom business, something you can do from anywhere. You can be sitting here in freaking Thailand. Doesn't matter. Someone just asked me yesterday on an advising call. Amazon doesn't care what country I'm in. There's no VPN. I don't need a VPN. There's no trickery involved. Amazon doesn't care where you are. They want to partner with you. They want to make money. They want to take 30%. They're like, anyone can sell anything on our site. We're going to take 30%. If it sells, it sells. The product speaks for itself. That's why the overall big picture is good products. You got to have a good product that stands out, that's unique. You got to have a product that people love, that they're going to write good reviews for. If it's shitty and it breaks, waste of time, because the reviews are going to speak for themselves. Customer is actually going to use it. It's going to break. They're going to be pissed off. Oh shit, skeeters are coming out. that's time to wrap it up. The other big picture thing that I tell all my students, a lot of people are like kind of scared to like take that jump. Here's the big picture. Even if, let's say you take 6 months to do the product research, source it, and launch it. Let's say you lose $1,000. Basically, you just learned how to create a small business in 6 months, and that school was only $1,000, and you learned by doing. So boom, after that, boom. I just learned so much. Instead of 5, 10, 20 for a semester at a regular business school. And you learned more than all those students because you did it yourself. You learned by doing. You just learned market research. You learned supplier negotiations. You learned branding, coming up with that product and brand name. You learned graphic design. You learned hiring because you just hired some freelancers to do the graphic design, copywriting, photo shoot for you. You just learned SEO because you optimized your listing and looked into keywords and stuff. You just learned the whole Amazon platform, which is the second biggest search engine in the world. You just learned accounting and number crunching and profitability, understanding what's a profitable product. You just learned how to create an LLC because it's in our course. We show you how to do it. Basically, you just learned how to create a small business in 6 months. And that school was only $1,000, and you learned by doing. So boom, after that, boom. I just learned so much. Now I can roll right into my next Amazon product, or if you say, fuck Amazon, this shit sucks, I wanna do something else, boom, pivot into that. So overall, this is a 6-month business project. You can start with $1,000 to $2,000, and you're gonna come out of it saying, wow, I just started an actual small business. I just launched a freaking product and learned so fucking much. Ain't that true? Woo! Preach. Battery is dying. See you guys out here at the Nomad Summit in January, Chiang Mai, Thailand, and catch you guys somewhere around the world. As always, peace, live it up, enjoy the adventure, all that good stuff. Let's go grub.